see. Let's double check everything's going on, and then I gotta post to Twitter, go into the Discord. I've been forgetting to do that. I need to post on Twitter that I'm live, and I keep forgetting to do it. Stream rough keyframes / storyboard. Now that we tweeted that, let's go ahead over to let's see. Stream notifications. I need to pop open the chat too. Someone's probably already in here and I'm inadvertently ignoring them. Let's pop out the chat. Let's see what else. What's this? Close. Close. Chat is popped open. Be overlated. Send that out. And no reason why streamer mode is not activating. Streamer mode not on. Are we not live? Hello, Rita. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Discord. Otherwise, I'll just close it so you guys don't hear any notifications. Yes, right there. Oh, Dornell. No, Dornell, no. Do not give me. Do not give me the subscribe. Thank you, Dornell. Thank you. I have not added the emotes yet. We're waiting till Friday. But we have that up. I'm gonna be doing the animation stuff in a moment. I'm just double checking. I think I'm just gonna log off of Discord. We'll call it there. We'll close Discord so no notifications come up. Cause actually, we can just turn it on Do Not Disturb, I guess. For whatever reason, the stream thing is not. Stream mode is not activating. So. Well, we'll do with that how we do. Oh my god. Thank you. Oh no, no. Thank you, Dornell. There's no dog. You know, we can add it. I was going to add a, like a channel point thing. Where you can, like add to the 7TV now that there's like 1,000 slots. We can add it. Go find the dog jam and send the link in chat, yo. And I'll go ahead and get that up for you. Well, no, there is... Well, if there's a dog jam, find it. If there's no dog jam, then it is what it is. Maybe we'll make dog jam. There's that one where, like, there's a dog and it, like, looks to, like, the side very dramatic. And it, like, there's, like, it changes colors. I've seen one, like, a GIF out there. I don't know if it's on 7TV, but if you can't find one, I'll turn that into a GIF and upload it for you. Gonna try 2 for streamer mode, otherwise, well, it's not engaging, and it is what it is. Discord can go to its own, the trifecta, yeah. So if you can't find one on, like, I know on the 7TV page, they have just, like, global ones that, like, anyone can start adding to their thing. If you don't see it, then we'll have to make our own. Which, I mean, it is what it is if we have to make our own. So, anyways, I guess, now that we're here, I can finally start focusing on what we're doing. So, I found this really cool overlay online. I don't know exactly how to use it just yet, but basically, it has all these different files and these frames to show you like what's gonna actually show up in the screen is this light gray area here. When you're done with the whole animation. So I'm really excited about that. I want to like learn more about this because Clip Studio Paint has this really interesting it has a what's it called? It has like an extension type thing or like something in it. Basically, it lets you like adjust the camera angle in like a semi 3D space with a 2D plane. It's like really crazy. It's like actually crazy. And I want to see if I can play around with that because that sounds really cool, like super cool. But basically, I thought to myself, you know what? No one's probably ever, I bet you no one's ever, what's it called? What's the word? I doubt that Gunkin Soulship has ever shown up in like the anime before. I've been watching through the original anime with my roomie, so I'm understanding the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So I thought, you know what, I should animate that. It would be really like it wouldn't be amazing or perfect in any way, but I thought that would be really cool. So a little bit self-serving. So the like general storyboard / rough keyframes I have, like this is really rough. I just want like proof of concept, and I guess over trial and error will improve it. So first frame, I haven't adjusted the frame rate yet, so I'm not gonna click the little play button, otherwise it's gonna go a little funky. But with lifted pubs, no, I don't. You do no, do not, Donnell, do not, no, not gifted subs, no, this is no. I realized that one a little bit too late. No, oh my god, Donnell, stop. I mean, thank you, but also stop. Oh my gosh. I don't even have any of the emotes. I don't even have them up. Don't have the emotes done now. None of them are live. Well, now you cannot give me that many. That's a whole 6 subs. I only get like 50% of the money. Oh my god. Well, thank you, Donnell. I appreciate it. I hope your trip is going well, by the way. You know you're taking your trip. I hope, you know, the alleged happiest place on earth is treating you well. Oh my gosh. Where was I? Right. The animation frames. So 18 more days? 18 more days. Oh, okay. I got myself early on that one then. So, basically, like, the idea would be, let me get the mouse for this one instead of the key. Basically, actually, can I arrow key this? No, I can't. Okay, I'm gonna just click it manually. So, we go to, like, draw the card, you know, there's, like, a very dramatic, like, camera angle following the card pull, and then it cuts to a scene of, like, putting the card down onto the duel disc. It zooms out to where we're dueling. We're dueling on like a wharf right now. There's like, I got one card face down in the foreground here. You know, like how in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime it just floats on the ground? And then all of a sudden there's like water floating in, you know. And the other guy's like, what the hell is with this water? You know, why is there water floating onto, like, it's not real water. It's like the digital water that they have in the anime. I added a shadow to the card so you know that it's not being flooded. And then I got, yeah, like raising, like, you know, anyone, like, you know that thing where, like, people, like, raise their hands and, like, push it forward to be, like, attack, you know? So there's, like, that, and then the soul ship just literally appears out of nowhere. like, I'll probably add some kind of noise to it, but I don't want to get too far ahead on the sound effects because we are barely doing the roughs so far. And it comes in with like the water and everything, and it's just it appears, and it's got the huge it's got that huge thing where like the numbers go up and you see like the attack point. So I want to see if I can do that, if I can get that all done. Like, I think although it will be really short, like a really short amount of time, like animation-wise, this probably isn't, at most maybe like 5 seconds. Bread? Hello? Bread? Is that bread in the chat? How are you doing, bread? So that's the idea. No, you're not in the chat? Okay. Never heard of a bread before in my life. I tell you. You're his cousin. Hello. Are you like bagel or are you like sourdough? You feel like, are you another type of bread or are you just like a different baked good? You're not required to disclose that information. But yeah, so I figured this is like, in reality, once I finish it, it's no more than like maybe 5 seconds of like fully rendered, assuming I can even fully render it, like 5 minutes of fully rendered animation, but not 5 minutes, 5 seconds. Like this will barely be 5 seconds worth of time, but if I'm lucky, this will maybe get 3 solid seconds. I think 5 if I'm stalling it out, but something I kind of want to do, I think would be really cool. You know, and we can have the Soul Ship in all its animated glory, and then we can go down the line and start doing all the cards I want to see like show up if they've never showed up in the anime. Like, oh, maybe Soul Ship has showed up in the anime. You're more the type to work with your hands, so you're kind of a hard bread. Interesting. So you're thinking like a flat bread, or do you think you're just like a very like thick type of bread, you know? That's the idea, at least. I'll have to check if Suships has ever shown up in the anime or not, but I mean, we've already finished this part as the other ones. Ah, yes, thick loaf of bread, of course. The thickest, densest bread we got out there. Hands-on type of bread. They've been kneading that for hours, days even. It's been rising since the last century. I digress. So that's like the idea. If I can just finish this. I don't think it's shown in the anime. I mean, I would have to like... I would probably have to rely on a wiki to double check. I know it's relatively new. You're caught up in the series and you don't remember it. Like, I doubt it's in the series, but if it is, that'd be kind of cool. If not, it is what it is. So I have like these general keyframes. The keyframes are like kind of like what a storyboard is like it's all of these put out onto like a roadmap, and usually with maybe a little bit less detail. So this is kind of like a rough storyboard slash keyframe. What I'm gonna do is, there's 2 ways to approach it. I can either start doing the in-betweens, so basically like between here to here and to here first, or I can start like detailing these general keyframes, like lining them out with the line art first, and then do the in-betweens. But all things considered, since I really don't like line art, we're probably gonna start working on the in-betweens. What I'm gonna do is gonna duplicate this folder. So I have the one with the 4 keyframes here at the bottom. That's gonna be hidden. And then I'm gonna have these ones here on top, where we're gonna be adding keyframes in between. I don't know if there's a... Does this work? Let's try clicking into it. and go into that specific folder. Now that we're clicked into it, can I do that? No? Up it. Nope. That's not. Normally I have like a shortcut set up where like I can just press a button. And it will make a new frame like this, just at the press of a button. But since these keyframes are already set up, I don't think it's going to let me do that. But let me see if I can space these out and if it will let me do that or not. Because if it won't let me do that, it is what it is. If it will let me do that, that'd be really neat. I may have to just move these, like, individually. I'm not really used to, everything in the program yet, because I'm relatively new. You're sorry, but no one used that deck, and I know I don't blame them. I'm sure there's, like, better decks that are more marketable than Suship. So that makes a lot of sense. It also makes sense that, like, you know, pick something else. I'm not upset about it in any way, either case. Oh, also, Friday. If you guys didn't see the stream schedule, give me un momento. You guys didn't see the stream schedule. Friday, we're building the Penguin deck to celebrate 100 followers. So, maybe if I really hit it off with the Penguin deck, we might turn this penguin right here, the Note Penguin, into an emote. I think that'd be a really funny emote. We'll add it to the 7TV. But, that is yet to be determined. I'll have to see how I feel about the deck in general. I haven't taken a close look at it, but I think what I'll do is Thursday night, I'll just set up like a general framework for it. As one does, you know. I'm assuming as one does. Get a general framework for it, and then we'll have it, and we'll just play it that stream. Hopefully that will turn out pretty well. We'll see. Now I'll have to give you back, Donnell. Now I'll have to give you back at some point. I'll look for your next big event and I'll show up. So, right now we're just moving the frames over so I can have blank frames. It's gonna take a moment to do that, but that's the general idea, that's the gist. Hopefully we can get that together, but if not, it is what it is. Hiya, Papaya. Hello, Nomu. There have been some subs gifted, so you are now one of them. One of your machine XCs was used in the series. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool, I will admit. But since it's not, we're just gonna have to make it happen ourselves, you know? You know what they say, I got a lot of phlegm today. Apologies for that in advance. Come on, you can do it. You can move. There has to be a better way of doing this. I swear I've been able to highlight them all and move them before in the past. I don't know why it's not wanting to do it for me today. I think the reason why it doesn't want to do it is because it want to make me look like a fool on screen. So. We'll take that how we can, and how we will. Maybe it would have been easier if I... Maybe it would have been easier if I made a whole new layer, but I didn't want to redraw the keyframes yet, so... I just want to add in between. Let me do in betweens. Let's see. Between here to here, I'd say if I want it to be... How dramatic do I want this to be? I need to plan this out in my head. Like, how many frames in between will determine how dramatic. Like, is it a long draw or is it like a short draw? Long or short? I'll continue to make more space because we're gonna need a lot more space on this timeline. I need to keep moving this over, so we're kind of stalling, but I swear it's not intentional. Just trying to get my things moved over. Get enough space to do what I need to do. Which is do a lot of stuff. Like, let's see. Right now as a base, we have 15 frames. That's just the keyframes. But in between, I'd say for the water, I'd say maybe at most like 2 in-betweens for each. So let's see if we can set that up. So 3, 1, 2. Then 1, 2. And hopefully that's enough. And that is not enough space. We'll have to keep moving stuff. Gosh dang it. At least I'm figuring that out. Let me add it to the layer in particular. Let me just add that in. Write it as a note to myself. Make this pen smaller. And then we'll add it to number 9. 1 plus 2 frame. I'm sure there's a more professional way to do this, but I have no idea, so... We're just doing what we're doing. Very excited for Friday, though. I think Friday's gonna be loads of fun. Let's just drag these out as far as we can, so we have plenty of space. And if we need to adjust from there, we'll adjust from there. Ooch this one over. So hopefully this will look really cool when we're done, but it's gonna be a long road to the finish. The in-between from here to here is probably only 1 to 2 frames at most, because I want it to be like a really quick motion. So... let's do 1 plus 1 frame, because if anything, this one can have additional. The in-between from here to here is gonna be, I'd say I probably want the water to start, like, midway. So, probably, like, once we get to this frame, I want the water to go from here all the way to here. I think I want it to be kind of slow, so there's a little bit of a build-up. I don't know how many frames, but I'd say at least, like, half a second to a full second to come over to the other side, so 0.5 to 1. Let's just put S. I know what S means. I'll draw a clock just in case I forget. We already decided how many frames for these two. Okay, why are these two dragging together but the other ones aren't? I wonder. Well, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna drag this over one because that one's gonna need a lot of frames. We're getting there, we're getting there. For this one, so the transition from here to here, there's gonna be, like, something happening in between this frame and this frame. So there's gonna be another frame in between this one. Let's say, the materialization of this card is going to take about I'd say maybe like 0.25 seconds at most. And then, timeline-wise, either within like the same standing or perhaps just a separate frame, it's going to be the like actual summoning. I think. Unless I already want this one on the board. I can make changes to this too later on if I want to make it more or less dramatic. To summon. Oh, that's gonna have its own new... Probably add another keyframe for that. Several keyframes for that, actually. That should be enough space, I think. These two... Probably this amount of in-betweens is actually pretty good. Maybe go 3 out at most. And then the 5... Just for the general spacing, I think the 1+1 frame, so 2 frame total is pretty solid. Hello, Mino. How are you doing? I'm trying to block out my general timeline right now. But the animation I have planned. So, there's stuff to be done. Things to do. Kind of not a lot of drawing going on right now, because we're just moving around the keyframes. But I think it'll look really cool once it's finished. I don't know how long I want this to go. I'd say the in-between from there on 3. Probably just one more in between, so. 1 frame. And when we go to 4, it goes from here to here. I'd say also 1+1 frame, maybe 2. Just because I want it to be a little bit dramatic. One, 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay. There's gonna definitely be a decent amount of in-betweens between these two. So to go from here to here, we're gonna want the hand to move out for 2. So the card's being drawn for 2. Probably like a swifter motion. I'd say maybe 1+2 or 3 frames. Go with 2. And then for 1, there's gonna be a decent amount of in-between from 1 to 2. Because it's gonna be kind of like the whole hand moving over. So, we want 3 frames total for this one. 1, 2, 3. Probably don't need this much space for 1, but we'll allot this much space for now. And if we need to adjust, we'll go with it. So, frame 1. I don't know how much space we'll need. Keyframes have blue and brown. I think I want to keep them separate just in case. So let's go with like orange. Orange for our back base. And then let's go with like green for foreground. I think that's a good contrast to have. That's what I'm hoping for at least. Let's see. Okay, Now, let's see if it's gonna let me do. Nice. Okay, so it's gonna do 1A, and that we can live with that. Now we can throw up the onion skin. The onion skin's kind of chaotic. We can do this. There we go. Oh, we said we were gonna do orange for the background. We can finally begin the drawing. Took a little bit, but we're here. We're here. Let me save this one so I have that set up. I want to get from here to here. I also don't know if that's like a good arm angle for dual disc. I'll have to like look at it, but if anything, I guess it's just rotating the dual disc a bit. So the arm's straight, the hand's coming in. Oh, we probably want to have the arm bend. And I'm just gonna draw this, even though the hand is supposed to be the lighter color. The hand's gonna come like a tad closer, like just a little bit. It's also kind of easier to do myself because I just have sleeves half the time, so I can kind of forgo drawing hands because I'm not very good at it. Add another layer. Dual disc is shifting over this way. Dual disc have kind of this like chevron almost shape from when we were drawing it last time. Get the chevron shape going. And that's like where the cards come out from, is that point right there. Oof, that's very chaotic. Oof. Add another layer, and add another frame. Here to here to here. So it's going to get to that point where it's coming from the front, so only just have it turn, and probably comes a little bit closer, to be honest. Or the arm, rather. The other arm. And that's the little dual disc part. That's the split. What's the angle from here? Perspective-wise, I guess would be kind of like that. Okay. Let me turn off the onion skin and add like the general card spot portions, kind of. 1, 2, 3, 2 on this side, 3 on the other side. I'll know what it is when I see it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. So the hand's going to start reaching out. I'll have like fingers come out. It looks like a mess, but I'll have a general idea of what it looks like. Actually, you know what? The easiest way to clean this up this layer is where the hand is. So we just add a, Come on, you can do it. Yeah, so if we just add a, like an outline to it, that makes it a lot easier to separate the layers without me having to use a... It is kind of abstract art. I'm doing it really rough because I want to get, like, the general animation. Rather than, like, focusing on doing it. On, like, doing it super perfect for each frame right off the bat. Yeah. Picasso-ly. True. So I get the general motion. I'm gonna save here. We're gonna save. I think the transition from here to here is pretty good. We can probably get rid of this frame. Gonna delete. We can move this over. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we can focus on the in-between for number 2. But it will look like, I think it will look really good when it all comes together. Because I've done like really rough stuff like this before. I wonder if I can find an example. I don't know if I have any examples of my rough stuff. Let me go take a quick look to see if I can have an example. For like the really rough looking, the really rough looking things, as opposed to like what it looked like before it was finished. Let's see if this file will open. Okay, so, basically for the little dancing animation I had, this is what it looked like before I finished it. So I had drawn, like, the base, and the whole little animations were really, like, the general shape was really rough. So this is like, I was coloring like each frame in between. So I had like the general frames framed out. Each one had its own like group that I grouped it in with. Which frame is this? Not this one. Where is it? This is top layer one. Which group are you? No? Or the 6? No? Is it this one? Huh. Well, basically I had like a bunch of different ones that I had set out, and I had them all played into motion. These are all in separate layers because I had put this into, Photoshop. And that's why it doesn't have like a timeline down here in the bottom. But I had basically drawn out each one for the full, like, turnaround. So that when I was finished with it, it looked more like this. If it would load. Yeah, so what I did is for each one of these, I had like the base bottom layer that I was drawing over, and then I started cleaning it up so that the finished one looked more like this, and I slowly edited it along the way, like the eyes were different. As I started cleaning it up more and more through each like pass through. So I started with the general thing, I did the colors, and then after I did the base colors, I started adding more detail. So that's kind of like the process I did for this one. I want to see if I can build up like a similar process layer for the other one, where like, even though it's really rough and sketchy, like, I think after I get the rough and sketchy down of just like how the animation flows, I can do an overall, you know, like making it look not a lot neater later on. But like, as neat as you draw it, like, after you get the initial animation down, I think it looks nicer once you have like the initial animation down to like clean it up afterwards, so it looks nicer. So I have like each frame, I drew it, added the colors to it, and I started cleaning it up. Like, I did multiple pass through. I did like one where it was just this like purple line. Then I did one where it was like the general colors I wanted separated, like separate items. And like layering each one to its own layer. I can figure out which one of these, like, all the things is. Oh, I just didn't assign it to a folder. Okay, that's crazy. But yeah, so like I gave each one its own layer. Like the hat its own layer. Oh, head pats. Like 5 seconds. I'll turn it off in a little bit. Thank you, Fred. So I did like the hat and the hair and the thing on its own layer. Like I just built it up kind of like from the base. So I could have like a better idea of how to block the colors out. So that was like my process on doing that one. That one took a little bit, but that's what I want to do for the process for this one. So the character design thing we were doing with you know, the other character ideas I had, we'll return to those eventually, but I want to see if I can like get this done within like a reasonable amount of time. By reasonable, I mean like I wonder if I can do this in like a couple weeks. It's not like the only thing I'm gonna be focusing on. But head pats have been making. And head pad on. There's a time portion amount of head pats. I think that's been probably twice. Another one. I don't know. Generally speaking, I can just leave it on if I want to. So that's kind of the idea. It does look a little bit abstract, but I think it's really cool. Like, just imagine like you saw like this as it like ran through. Like, just this really short little thingy. And then it like you run it back like later. Also, I don't know why it's don't start from over here. There we go. Like, just imagine that. Like, you see that run through really quick, like really rough like this. And then we'll come back to it later when it's all finished. And it will look really cool, like side by side. Like, look what we started with and look how we finished. That's the goal. That's the goal. It's actually, let me look again at the timing I have for this. I like the pacing, I just need to get some better in between. The pacing is pretty good. It's probably gonna be a little bit longer because I'll add in betweens to make it a little bit smoother. But I think this general pacing, like, it's gonna be like probably 3 seconds long at most. Probably more like 2.5 when we're finished. Because I normally do a shorter frame rate. I normally go down to like 4 to 8 frames a second. But right now the timeline's set for 24. And I want to see if I can stick to that timeline, because this whole document is based off of a template that came from like an animation studio. And I want to see if I can like stick to that template and like, you know, do what they're doing. Like, see if I can do that in any respect. And if like their process works well for me or not. So that's the idea. Let's add another layer, so that when we make this layer, we have that. Then we're gonna add another one, so that when we throw on the onion skin, we don't see this one back here. Because otherwise, it like having it overlap just kind of makes it harder to draw out, or like see how it's gonna look. Once I've had pet redeemed, we'll just keep it on until I feel like taking it off. Like, it looks really crazy with the onion skin off, but when it's not on, then they draw. So that's the idea. That's the idea. It's, 2A. Give me 2A. I'm gonna close. For this frame, we're probably gonna stay in the same place for at least the initial. I need to add that many lines. I'm crazy. At least for the initial like draw. Also, let me make this a little bit bigger. For the initial like draw phase, this is probably gonna stay like static in position. We don't have to move more than we have to, you know? Like, your focus isn't gonna be on the fact that the dual disc doesn't move. Your focus is gonna be on the card that's being drawn. At least that's like my hope. So hopefully we don't have to move this, so we only have to like render it in this one position once. I'm a big fan of like line foil. And that's when like each frame has like different lining and stuff. But if I want this to look like really nice, you probably can't do that. Because I want to like render everything pretty neatly. And if we're gonna do some really neat rendering, I'm like my art skills are as you know, they're not super professional, and I don't know how much like we can keep coming back to it and improving it, of course. I do this on the wrong layer, but that's okay. We can just rearrange the layers per each frame. Like, it's not gonna kill me. This is the roughs anyway. Turn this off. So we grab the card from the thing. So we're gonna pull the card out. Card's probably gonna come to about like here. Add like a moderate perspective to it. Nothing crazy. Underneath. Let's just go to the next layer. So like thumb underneath and then fingers on top. Kind of what fingers look like. I'd imagine like in the anime they only use like the when they pick up the card they only use like the two index, middle finger, and the thumb, really. So that's what I'd imagine like the card draw is you know, primarily consisting of. Then you got the other two fingers like back there, but go from here to here. 1, 2, and then probably 3 just to like do it. If I knew how to move the like camera angle on this third frame, I would want the camera angle for Clip Studio to like move down, so I don't have to like adjust the frame in any way. I would just have the dual disc like static here, and then the camera would move down this way. I don't know if I can do that yet, so just for proof of concept, not proof of concept, just for like, just so I know what I want happening. Hydrate, yes, hydrate. I'm gonna drink water. Posture, my posture's terrible. Really bad. So like this is how I'm sitting, and then this is me straightening my posture. You can see it. You can see it in the model, like me sitting, me with the posture. Let me drink water. You know, I saw that post a while. I saw a post on Twitter comparing like VTubers on Twitter to like Nintendogs. It's like, oh yeah, you feed them, and you like check up on them for stuff. And I'm like, huh, that's crazy. Or like people were comparing them to like Tamagotchis, and I'm like, huh, that is a take of all time, but they're not entirely wrong, you know. It does seem like that. You know, I look on streams on occasion and it's like, you know what? Yeah, you do. Maybe they're more like plants. Like weird plants, you know? Like you water them. You water your weird plant. You don't really give it sunlight, but you water your weird plant and you just like kind of observe it do things. This is not super accurate to what a dual disc looks like, but that's okay. We will clean that up in post. We will... If we ever get to post. It's not even post, it's just like later in the animation process. Draw. Oh. What do I want the card to do? I guess it's just the hand pulling the card, I mean... As straightforward as it is. Actually, No, that gives me an idea. It's not just pulling the card. Like, it is pulling the card, but like the hand is flipping over. So we're gonna need some in-betweens between here and here. But let me look at my hand really quick. I don't really know how to draw anatomy, so when I need to draw something, sometimes I just like look at my body and I'm like, okay, if I want to hold a card the way I want to hold, what would it look like, you know? So I'm gonna look at my hand for a moment so I can try to recreate. We got the thumb here. It's not gonna look amazing. Actually, wait, I just realized because I have the sleeve, I can get away with drawing like not drawing half the hand. So let's see. Let's go on the top and let's do some orange. So these are the two fingers that aren't holding the card. Here's the thumb. And there's two fingers back here. Let's take these and make this like smaller and we'll bring it a little bit more into frame. Saving recovery information. Good idea. I should add it as redeem. I think save like canvas is a good redeem. How big is a card compared to my hand? I need something as a reference. Let me... Close enough. Here's the numbers. So, we want to go from here to here. Like, we draw, and then after we draw, we, like, check the card. I think that's a good, like, you know? I think that's a good transition between the two. So, we pull in the card. And we check it. Then we go to do the... That doesn't quite connect with this, but... I kind of like this flow a little bit better. We'll keep these two frames here. Who knows? Maybe we have another use for them. I kind of like this flow of like the pulling the card open though and looking at it. Maybe that is kind of dramatic, though. I'm trying to keep my posture now that my posture has been checked. I'm not doing a great job of it. I think that might be an interesting flow. It's like, oh, you draw the card, you check the card. It's like, okay, cool, we pulled a good card. Now we can start cooking, you know? I think that would be good. I made this. It's not very good. So it's not an official email, but in case something crazy happens, you know, in game where we cook the sushi. You know, cook. Let me save the file. I think that's actually where I want to go, and this might give us the extra like half a second we need to get to 3 whole seconds on the animation. I think that would be pretty nice. So, let's go ahead and get that together. Don't have the onion skin on, so I'd say we only need at most 1 in between, because it's gonna be like a really swift motion. Let me see how that looks when we play through it. If I can even notice it. This is 24 frames per second, so we do have some space. We can start actually spacing out the frames. Be a little bit more recognizable in time. I think 3's too long, but I think 2 per each might actually make it like cognizant of an actual animation. Who knows? 1 over, so 2 frames here. Let's go another frame over. That's 2. Drag this over 1. So let's see if like we can actually notice the frame. Yeah, that made a significant difference. You can actually see it kind of drawing now. Which I think it's kind of coming together, you know? Coming together. So, if you draw and you look at it. Slam the card down. Actually, that might actually work. The whole transition of like making the card really fly through the air, like you look at it and then you slam it back down. We'll see how that goes. But it's actually kind of coming together, to be honest. Now that the timing is there, I'm really liking it. To be honest, like, not to toot my own horn, but it's like, you know what, this is looking like something. Okay, that's enough of looking at my work and actually getting back to it. You know, I think it's really coming together. We draw. Probably need 1 more frame in between these two of like, so it doesn't go all the way, one where the card's like facing to the side, so me. Let's just put 2C here, and then, okay, no? I just call it layer 6 now instead of 2C? Huh, interesting. Oh, that's right, 2C already exists. There we go. Let's switch this around. This is a little bit chaotic, but this is the one time having the onion skin between both frames is going to help us. We are gonna have this be in the same position as the ending one. And again, I guess we can like move that over or adjust the camera if needed later on. I'm definitely gonna like draw these larger than the frame at hand, just in case, like, I don't know, I want to do some more with it. One day, the abstract art will like make real sense, but for now, I think the abstract art's actually going pretty solid. I think I want a more extreme angle. Okay, time to look at my hand from the side to see how it looks. Oh. So, kind of like that, if it rotates over, if that makes sense. I don't know how well that reads, but enough for me, I think. Actually, you know what? I think I could check how it reads by making the space a little bit longer. 2, 3. I wonder, is there a way to only have it play through a certain amount of frames? I don't think so. I don't think I can do that without adjusting the, like, entire... You know what? No, maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the whole point of these. Let's just adjust it to fit only this portion of the timeline. And then we'll see how that looks. Yeah, so it's like pulling it up. It kind of reads. I think probably a little bit confusing. Because this doesn't stick around this long. Let's try 2 frames for each. And then we'll have the hand come down on this last 3rd frame here. We'll have it come down this way to bring the card into focus. Or maybe it will be just like... It could just be another shot, like zooming in on the card. But I think bringing the card into focus is like a good move. So, since we have these set up, let me start selecting these and scooching them over. If I can even do that, let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Select these and we'll nudge them over like 2. We'll bring this timeline here. So 1, this is 3, 2, here, let's go 2. Then I have to add 2C, whatever this extra is right there. 2D. Because I moved them out of order, I have to go back to 2C if I want it to keep 2 on it and not just make it a random layer. It's not the craziest thing in the world though, so. We can ignore the draw portion for now. I can ignore it at least. It looks a little bit crazy on the screen, but I know what to color and what not to color. So. And if this comes down into frame, the dual disc is gonna move up again. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna trace over the general shape of the dual disc we drew last time. In that previous frame, we're gonna just have it set up because I like having it set up to look at. And then I'm going to move it with the move, the move function. We're just gonna move it up. We're moving it back, and then because we're moving it back, you'll probably be able to see the sleeve on the other arm. It's also gonna be in the background. I didn't draw it earlier because I felt like it might clutter it, but I'm gonna draw it there just to remind myself of general continuity. Then we'll have this move down. Actually, you know what? No, we can do that same shading thing where we draw over this and then we'll move it down after I'm done drawing over it. So I don't have to I'm gonna do it over all over again. Take shortcuts when they're needed. Zoom in, because I can barely see the blue on the screen. Hydrate, hydrate. I'm drinking. Also, hello, Hatchet. Hello. Welcome. If you've already been here, thank you. So now we're gonna do the fingers. These two that are over here. The thumb. And then technically those two fingers are behind the card. I kind of don't need to draw them. From like a actual perspective of like later saving time. And then we'll like these. Is this all one layer? Oh, it is. Wonderful. Go back to the onion skin really quick. Then since it was here, we'll just move it down into frame. Take the onion skin off. Let's see how that looks. Something like that. Yeah, not having the sleeve there and then adding the sleeve is definitely kind of funky. Probably some camera movement would make it flow a little bit better, but you can kind of see it. It probably needs another in-between on the draw, to be honest, if I want the whole thing to flow perfectly. But that's because I forgot this is the first frame. So now it should look pretty solid, actually. Probably a little bit funky in some ways, but again, we'll clean it up. This is like the general motion. From here to here and down. Let's move these over, because these can be moved over. Let's scooch it over like another few frames. Move. Yeah, those keyframes at the bottom. And let's make this one frame longer and see how that looks. From start to finish. So we draw the card and then we look at it. I think it's actually coming together. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because I have the vision in my head, so I can see how I want it to look, and everyone else is like, I don't know what's going on. There's a salad moving on my screen. But, you know, I gotta say, it's a pretty good looking salad. I just remembered we got the head cap thing going on. I'll take that off. I feel like it's been a long time. Save. I'll save. Yeah, so... It's going, it's going. Yeah, if it's not looping, that's what it looks like. If it's not looping, I could have it stay on this frame longer too, later on. But it's looking pretty good actually. Now that it's not looping, it's coming together. It really is. So maybe this is part of my new process. When I'm looking on like each individual batch of frames, I'll just have it cut off to these general things instead of running through the whole animation. We'll see. This is I like this kind of. Let me close these. So 3 and 4 are the 2 additional card draws. What I could do is I could take out 3 and 4. Could take out 3 and 4 from him. From here, I mean, so. Let's see. Let's delete these 2 frames. Okay, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to, like, move them off of the timeline, but not affect the rest of the ones behind it, so. Let's just drag it all the way over here. And then... maybe I should have dragged it over to this side. It was kind of closer. It's a little bit too late, because I'm too lazy to move it back, but... we're just gonna do a run-through on the whole thing to look at the flow. To see how I feel about it, so... draw, and the whole pod thing. I want to see how I feel about it going from the draw directly to playing the card. Instead of doing, like, how I said earlier, I'm like, oh, maybe we can do the draw and the dramatic, like, arm swing. Kind of has a pretty nice flow to it, actually. Like, you pick it up and you slam it down. So. We're gonna maybe stick with this for now. Let me zoom out of the timeline. And... we can keep those over there. I might move them, like, further down, to be honest. Because I know that, I'm gonna have to move these over, so I'm just gonna put those all the way back there in case we want to come back to them. I could just straight up delete them, because technically we did save them down here. But I'm just gonna move them, because I feel better about moving them. So, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save, and we're gonna go, and we're gonna keep going on it. I think we're making decent progress. If we can, I don't know if I'll be able to finish the entirety of the rough. Why am I angry? What buttons did I press? How long have I been angry? How long have I been angry? I won't say anything when I'm angry. What did I press? Huh. I have no idea. I must have accidentally pressed it. I need to maybe move my keys for a good bit. Probably. Hello, hello. Dentist, how are you? But yeah, so today we're doing some storyboarding. with drawing, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be really cool if, like, the Goken Soul Ships has never been in the anime, so why don't we do it ourselves? We're doing some rough animation storyboarding for that, so this is how it's looking so far. We draw the card, and then it's gonna appear on the field, so let me slow that down. So we started with this one here, number 2. We got rid of 3 and 4 since then, but let me zoom in on the timeline. We got 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 keyframes. I mixed up the order on these ones, I think. No, wait, no, yeah, I did mix up the order. Let me switch these. 12 is gonna be 2. Yeah, so I thought it'd be really cool if, like, hey, maybe we can animate summoning a soul ship or Oni Dreadnought, you know. I thought that would be kind of cool. So that's the quest I'm embarking on. All the other art plans I have, I still want to go back and do those art plans. When we were doing the whole character design thing, but I think that's on the back burner while I do this personal, I mean, all the projects I do are personal, but while we're doing this little animation thing. So that's kind of the idea, is that, like, it starts out with drawing a card, and then you play the card, and then all of a sudden it's like we're dueling at, like, a wharf or something. Like, I play the card, here's a card I've previously summoned, and then out of nowhere, like, water starts flooding into the field, and, you know, my opponent's like, what the heck is this? And of course it's, like, digital water, because, like, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! And they got those, like, holographic digital duels in the anime. And then, you know, I do, like, a little... I might take this out, we'll see. It's like, oh, you know, like, forward. And out of nowhere, like, the soul ship just appears. It's, like, huge, by the way. It's huge, you know, because it's a huge sushi boat. It appears behind. And then it, like... It's gonna be moving, of course. Like, it comes into the frame, like, the water splashes up. And then it, like, stops. And then it has the whole, like, attack point thing that they do in the anime. That's kind of the idea. I think it will turn out pretty well. I took some time to try to, like, make this somewhat accurate. And it looks really rough right now. But that's how I actually, like, animate. I can show you, like, the process I was showing everyone earlier when these load. So there's this one. And then there's the one before this. Head pats are back. So how I normally do it is I drew at some point this base was also like a really rough image. Yeah, let me pull this all the way to the top of the layer so you can see how it looked like before I started making stuff. Come on, you can do it. Come all the way to the top. I have a lot of layers. All the way to the top. So I drew like this little gamepad, and I had these like separate. So I had the gamepad, how I kind of wanted it to look like before it turned into that. And I had the purple lines for where I drew like my little character. And then I like blocked out each one on top of it. So like I had each layer of like the movement of how I wanted it to look while I was like spinning. And then after the base spin, I like blocked out each one. So like I had the different layers for like the hat, the shirt, the like tail, etc. And then that all came into fruition later when I started making this portion. So I drew in the colors and I started cleaning it and adding in details for each one. And then I made some more changes after this point too, like the face looked different later on. So that's like the general process, like each one. Go back to layer 1. I have a lot of unnamed layers, but like I had one for like each leg. And then like I had layers to add shadows for each portion. Like I had one for like the arm and like the colors on the arm too. So there's like it sorted out with like just like the white, you know? And we added the detail onto the arm. And I did this like individually for each frame. I'm probably gonna try to like line it and make it look a little bit more like the actual Yu-Gi-Oh anime with this animation that I'm doing, but it's like the general process I did for this one. Starting, you know, from stuff that looks like this, you know. We're trying to do the same thing, so it looks kind of shoddy right now, but it's gonna be really cool when we finish it. I think I can make it look half decent. Like it's not gonna be professional in any way, but I'm gonna try to make it like as nice as I can and have it seem like a little bit professional. And I'm also trying to use you can't really see the layers I have on the side here, but I got this this whole thing here is like a it's like a template that some animation studio used in Clip Studio Paint. And this border here like shows you what's actually in the frame. Or like a 180 by 720 type canvas, I think. Something like that, like whatever the size is. I forgot the exact size. And you're supposed to be able to do stuff in Clip Studio Paint where like you can see like the camera path in frames, but I don't know how to like actually adjust the camera. I'm thinking this is the actual camera, but I don't know how to I don't know how to like move it. I'll learn how to do it later. Oh, I guess it's just straight up moving it, maybe? I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I'll figure that one out later after we get the basics down. Just trying to learn more about animation. So after I got the initial like keyframes down here, which are all the ones in like blue and like brown, I started drawing the in-betweens. Which is like, you know, the stuff that happens in between like, you know, to make the animation like go. So we're on that. We're doing that. I'm gonna see if I can, I'll do a lot of work for this, like, off-stream too. But, it's gonna be fine that it's off-stream. You won't miss too much because, right now, I'm taking it slow and saving it really often because, you can export, like, the drawing process or, like, in Clip Studio Paint, there's a thing that I activated that is keeping track of the time-lapse for all my drawings. So, even if I'm working on this off-stream, like, I'll go ahead and, when I'm done, like, post the time-lapse video for it. I guess if you're, like, super curious for the drawing, and, I'll see how long I want to make it, because it does have an option to, like, condense it down to, like, 30 seconds. So I'll see how long I want to make it when we get there. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. We're just, you know, doing what we're doing. But I think it's really interesting. I feel like I'm learning a decent amount about the program. Yeah. I'm actually having a really good time with it. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, like, I don't know if it's the same for other artists. Like, I've heard a lot of people talk about it. some of the people I watch slash like somewhat know. But like something about making something on your own is really like making art, you know, like being like, wow, I drew this is really cool. So I'm having a good time with it. We're gonna have one in between. So here. So we'll add that 5A, because we're skipping probably over 2 and 3. But I think it's gonna look really cool when it's done, and it's gonna take a while before it's done, but you know. That's what it is. From here to here. It gets a little bit crazy with the onion skin sometimes, but just gotta deal with it. This here. Let's make this a little bit cleaner, at least somewhat. Not like super clean, but enough so that I have a better idea of what's going on while I'm cleaning this up later. He's gotta be kind of big because the card needs to slam down on it. Okay, and then this frame. Then we'll just have the like hand doing the thingy. When I put it down onto the thing, and this is my sleeve. Very rough. That is the nature of it. What? Hello, hello, Romanis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, Raiders. Hello. So, welcome, welcome. We're working on some animation stuff. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel player. Wait. Ito, hello. Hello, hello, Saku. Thank you for the raid. Let me show you guys what we're working on, and let me open my other animation file so you can understand my process. So, right now I'm working on a rough animation. I have like some general keyframes set up, and we're working on the in-between. Welcome, Raiders. So, here's frame 1, frame 2 for keyframes. And I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. And in the anime, there's a certain card archetype I play called Gunkin Suship. It's never shown up in the anime before, from what I'm aware. So I want to like do a little animation like of it being summoned. Like nothing too crazy. I'm not like the best animator in the world, but you know, I think it would be pretty cool. My general animation process, this looks like really rough, but if I like walk you through the process, it will make sense later. So what I do is like I sketch out what I want to draw. Like really rough. I'll have each component usually be like its own little thing. So like I have this little animation I made of me jumping on a gamepad. I had like the gamepad drawn out. I had each of these little frames I have here. And what I do is I do each... Whoops, wrong layers. But I have each of the frames that I draw out as its own little separate thing. As its own little frame. And then I start layering it up from there by building it up to each layer. And then it gets to the point where it starts looking more like this one that's gonna open up in just a second. Where I have it like more detailed. So she's like jumping. I made some more edits even after this point. Hello, hello. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Kobe the Doggo Dragon Knight. What a name, what a title. Thank you for joining us. So I did this one, and how I do the process from after that point is... Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kobe. So, no, likewise, a pleasure to meet you as well. No problem. What were you drawing, by the way? Let's go ahead and do the how do I do this? How do I... Sorry, I don't have mods. I'm doing this all myself. You were looking earlier. That's how you knew you were on. Well, thank you. I appreciate the love. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to Mani's here. Let me ask while you're drawing while I go deeper into this one. And basically what I do is each layer, let's start from the bottom here. Like I draw each leg and like the body has its own layer, and I like layer it up from there. So like I have this white layer that's the shirt, and then I start drawing the details afterwards. But basically I start with, you know, this right here. Then we go down to here. The next step is I clean up the outline. So I break out what I need to draw. So I have, you know, her hat. I have a hat. Thank you, thank you. You were drawing you and Saku's VTubers? Oh, they're twins. Also, thank you for the follows as well. Say goodbye to my... Well, I never had them in the first place, but I will say goodbye to them in either case. Thank you, Saku, for the follow. The full animation, I guess I might as well. Let's head over to the starting screen so you can see how it turned out. So this is what it looks like. I added more details to her face. Made it kind of look like a, you know, like a starting screen for like a video game. So that's kind of what we did. You got the best username? You know what? It is a very solid username. I think I'm a little bit partial to my own because I picked it, but credit is due where credit is due. Say goodbye. And say goodbye I have. Farewell to something I have never owned. But yeah, so that's kind of my process. I'm self-taught, so I'm not amazing at it. We're gonna close these now. So that's the exact thing I want to do with the whole Yu-Gi-Oh animation here. I want to make it like we're summoning a Yu-Gi-Oh monster. Because I play this deck in Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel. You're gonna tell your friends to join? Of course. They're welcome if they'd love to come. But yeah, I don't want to pressure anyone either. So that's the idea. I was just doing the in-betweens. Let me turn off the onion skin, so... Say goodbye to your to your holders, not my owls. So after you draw the card in Yu-Gi-Oh in the anime, we're gonna be fighting on like a wharf. So there's water back here and like those crates that you see, very rough. Then it's gonna be like at my feet because I'm the one summoning it. But hello. The water like flows through and my opponent's like, what the heck? So anywhere between like, I'd say this is probably gonna take like 12 frames. I'm gonna have the water like start from this side and flow over here. And my opponent's gonna be like, what? He's gonna lift his leg up and be like, why is the water filling the, like, you know, why is the water filling the field? And I'm gonna do like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this, but it's kind of like, you know, like an attack motion. And then bam, the Sue ship appears out of nowhere. And it comes in, it rides the waves. Oh my god. Wow, you really do have a lot of friends. That's 3 whole people. That's like one more than I got. Hello. Hello to all of you. Let me pull up a picture of my Gunken Sue ship. Just so you can see what it's supposed to look like. You can see it in all its glory. And it has like an animation in-game too, so it's pretty cool. Let me find a good picture on Google Images. Otherwise, it's not gonna look as Nice. This is maybe the best I can find really quick because I don't want to take too long looking for it. So this is the Sue ship. Gonkin Sue ship Oni class Super Dreadnought. I find the cards really cool because they're a pun on sushi and ship. So S-U-H-I, sushi, and then P for ship. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the follows. Hello, hello, Evra, welcome. And thank you for the follow. Say goodbye to Hooters. My hours are gone. Posture check? I'm posturing. I'm posturing, so you can see it. This is how I normally sit. And then this is me when I'm straightening up my back. Yeah, this is Gonkin, Sue ship. But Dreadnought only. Let me scroll down a little bit so you can see it. Oh my god, thank you. Let me hydrate. I'm drinking. I'm gonna look kind of funky, but we're drinking again. The head pads have been activated. Let me start a new instance. Let me turn it off and turn it back on again. I'm a Nintendo today. People are watering me. Thank you for the follow, Evra. So, let me find if I can find a photo of how it looks like in game when it's summoned. Copy image. Clipboard. So this is what it looks like when you're summoning it. And it looks super cool. It has like a whole animation and everything. And I thought like, wow, you know what? I love playing Gonkin Sue ship. I love the deck so much. It's never shown up in the anime. Let's animate it. So that's what we're doing. I went on my I need a cooldown on the redeems, maybe. Probably. Didn't think I'd get this far on the redeems. They're kind of going nutty on it. I'm drinking some more water. Drinking more water. Let me take another drink of water. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm gonna close out of these now. You know what, save, and we're gonna get back to the in-between. I am consuming. I have consumed quite a bit of liquid. I will work on the cooldown on the redeems. There's a lot I haven't set up Twitch-wise, so we were working on. I think we finished this in between. I think now it's just a matter of testing the timing. So I'm gonna drag the timeline smaller now so that we can focus on just these couple of frames and see how it looks when it plays out. There's gonna be more frames after this one. This one probably has 2 additional frames after it. I don't know if it's gonna be in the same position or not, but wow, that's really fast. 1, 2, 3. Let's go with 3 frames each. Let's drag it this way because we have space. 1, 2. Let's zoom out a little bit. Kind of zoomed in. 22 shit. Reminds you of the old fight. You know, I used to work in Flash as well. I like nothing crazy. I don't have any of the stuff. I used to I didn't actually work in it, but like I had played around with the Adobe Flash. Let's see how that's looking. Like we drop it, and then like bam, the card's down. Kind of, let's turn the loop off. See how it looks when it just plays through. I think that's pretty good. I don't know if maybe I'm not like registering it very well, but I think it's looking fine. I just remember 3 for each. let me actually go into here and we can free. I'll leave that there because we haven't adjusted these yet, but oh yeah, that's what we've been doing. I'm not super amazing at it again. I haven't quite mastered it. But I think it's looking pretty cool, so that's the kind of stuff I do on odd days. I'm a little bit of a variety streamer, I think. I do play some Genshin Impact. Let me drink some more water. I do play a little bit Genshin. We've been doing it on stream recently, but like the streams have been kind of long because we've been doing the story quest, so I don't know how long I'm gonna keep that up. Maybe for days. I know I can definitely stream longer. Make a new keyframe. Add this in. Let's add another one after that so we don't have to see the second portion. What even happens from here? Like the card drops and then what? Does my hand just go away? Or... Actually, no. The card drops and there's that like... I'm pretty sure in the anime, if I remember, there's like a thing. There's like a little... Like a really short like digitizing thing that happens. So we can stick with this. We can stick with this. Like I was saying, Genshin streams go kind of long. I do play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. We're doing, if you guys like Yu-Gi-Oh! We're doing a Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream, Yu-Gi-Oh! Fridays, 6 PM PST, and we are building a penguin deck. This coming week we're building a penguin deck. I play primarily water decks, so even though Gonken Soulship does have fire monsters, it's like water related because they're sushi and they're, you know, battleships. But also because I put water monsters into the deck, and I put water monsters into the deck, and I, you know, do them myself. I will have to go back later and double check. I'm gonna check out Romani's and Saku's art, because that sounds really cool. I want to go see some VTube art later. I like art of all kinds. What else are we doing? That's right, we're continuing to draw. I get a little bit scatterbrained, so you're gonna have a little bit of patience with me. Just a tad, like a small amount. So the hand's gonna go away, and then the card is on here. I swear there's like a little digitizing effect. Like I'll have to double check what it looks like in the anime. But like I swear when the card like drops, there's like this is not very good. I'm gonna stop trying to draw digital effects and just do this instead. I understand that something's supposed to be appearing around the card. I don't know what this means. Somebody else trying to use this as a reference, they'll have no idea, but I would like to think I have a pretty good idea of what I want going on, you know? I'd hope so. Otherwise, I think I'll look kind of like a mad woman. I'm gonna drink a little bit more water. We're doing a lot of... What is it? The term Zatsu? We're doing a lot of Zatsu, so... There's gonna need to be some more in-betweens on this one. I'd say, like maybe... 3... No, 3 might be too much. If it's including this one, 1 plus 2 might actually... So 3 frames total. 1 plus 2 additional frames for the effect is probably good. We'll have it come down, and then for those 2 frames, those 2 extra frames, we'll have it enlarge. Camera. We'll have it enlarge. I'll know that this means zoom, but just in case, outright zoom. So it will zoom in on the card that we have here. The onion skin's gonna be crazy, but I know what I'm drawing over, so just ignore everything else in the foreground. This is very chaotic to look at, so apologies. I know what I'm drawing, because I see it. I see the vision in front of me, and I know what I'm doing. I have a very chaotic way of going about here. Yeah, that's a good question. You know, you're allowed to leave when you want to. As to when they'll allow you to leave, you're gonna have to take it up with them. You say you stop and fine, either way. Kind of an interesting little band of friends you got there. Like, very ride or die, you know, matching usernames and everything. It's actually really cool. The effect goes through. You can never leave the army, dang. Drafted for eternity. It's rough out here. And then, true to what we were saying, we'll take these two, and then we'll just manually zoom it in ourselves. Man, this looks crazy. This probably looks really crazy, but let's see how that looks when we play through it. Does something happen from here to here? Is it because of all the riding, or is it just too... Maybe it's too dramatic of a shift. Auto mod for aggression. I will allow this through. I don't know if I'm going to add this term permanently, but I'll let the one go through. I'll have to look over terms. I'm assuming because you two know each other, like, you know, this is just in jest, so we'll let it fly. Yeah, maybe that's too fast of a transition. Maybe the hand should still be in frame for this one, and then have it, you know, not be in frame for the zoom in. That's a good idea. Let's go ahead and add that to here. And here. And then we're lazy. We're lazy, so we'll just do like the... I'll know that it's a hand when I look at it, because I'm the one who drew it. Let's cancel. Let's turn off the onion skin, and then... that there. Why did that look so rough on the transition? From here to here to here. There's a lot going on in the chat today, I will say. Yeah, why does that look so choppy? Is it... Probably because of the zoom in. Oh. Sorry, I went quiet because someone sent me a message and I wanted to check it. Anyways. Let's save? Let's save. I'll come back to this portion. I think at least I know what's going on here now. It is a little bit rough, but I think we're as done with this portion as I want to be at this moment. Because everything happening in the in-between is like a camera pan and some visual effects going on. So... unfortunately, I cannot. I'm a little bit preoccupied. Thank you for the invitation, though. So, let's go zoom back out and see how our pacing is going for the whole thing. Oh, of course the end is always gonna be how the end is, drawn. Wow, we might actually make it to 3 whole seconds. That's crazy. And it's like not looking too choppy either. There's gonna be plenty of time for potential in-betweens, but maybe we'll just keep the frames as is. This is definitely gonna be like, I'd say just a rough estimate off the top of my head. I'd say this is gonna be around, I'd say maybe a good like, at least, I don't want to say 50, but maybe 50 frames actually. It might be 50 frames. We'll get pretty close to 50. I don't know if I'll actually hit 50. It could be a lot more if we did each individual frame, but I don't know which one I'll count as like unique frames, because there's gonna be a lot of like zooming in. A lot of zooming in, you know. That's the point. Am I drawing a dual disc? Hello, Rob. Sorry, I was... Yeah, so I am drawing a dual disc. We're doing a rough animation of summoning Gunken Ship Oni. So we did the initial keyframes I did before the stream today. So all these ones in blue and brown. I had 2 more that we moved over here and I took out because I just felt like they didn't really fit the narrative anymore. And we're like putting the card onto the dual disc. And then we're dueling at a wharf. We're gonna summon a card. And then all of a sudden, like, water starts filling the field. We're gonna have the water transition from, like, you know, it's gonna flood in from here all the way over to this way. And my opponent down here is like, what the heck, you know, like, it's digital water, but it's still, like, you know, the innate reaction of, like, water filling the field. And then I'm gonna do, like, a little... I don't know if I'm keeping this portion. Like a, like, you know, like a forward attack type motion. And then Gunken Ship Oni appears. Right behind me. And then it continues forward on its path. It, like, will slide into frame with, like, the waves splashing and everything. I might actually keep that. Is this on anything? Edit, redo. I might keep that. I mean, yeah, we can keep it there. And then it ends on it, like, you know, just being huge and it having the whole, like in the anime, it shows the attack and defense. So, that's kind of what I want to get done. I definitely won't finish it this stream. It's gonna be like a multiple day, week project. I want to see if I can, like, you know, how far I can go with it. The animation file I have is a template from, like, a animation studio. So, I'm trying to use it. And we're doing the in-betweens right now. Which is, like, all the frames that happen in between the, keyframes. Honestly, I call them in-betweens, but these might as well become actual keyframes. But we're in-betweening our base keyframes right now. And doing like a general timing for the animation as well. So that it like has kind of a flow to it. That's basically what's happening. What program is this? I use Clip Studio Paint. It has, I bought it because it goes on sale really often and because one of my friends recommended it. It has a lot of interesting stuff for, it has a lot of interesting things you can do for animation. I haven't played around with a lot of them, but assuming this is working how I think it's working, there's like supposed to be a camera you can move around. And I don't know if this is the real camera or if this is just a representation of the camera. But because this is like a template like setup for the like file I have going on. But we'll see. We'll see as we get further into it. But that's what we've been doing, Rob. Yeah, Clip Studio does a lot of stuff. You can like you can like add 3D like objects. I don't know how to they have like materials that you can drag in, but I don't know where to like find them off the top of my head, so we're not gonna do that. You can like drop in like 3D models they have and all sorts of stuff. I'm not super savvy on doing it, but we're working with what we've got. There's a lot of interesting things with the program, and that's what we're doing. But yeah, that's what's been going on so far, Rob. That's what we've been doing today. And we did get rated earlier. I shouted them out. I'm also gonna check them out after stream, because they said they're also VTubers, and one of them were drawing, so either both or just potentially one of them draw. You feel like you were too hasty with switching to Frida? I'm pretty new to art in some respects, so I feel like I can't make a super big, like, I don't have a lot of, I feel like my opinion on like art programs is not very, there's not a lot, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, my opinion on art programs isn't very, not necessarily valid, but I guess informed is the word. Yeah. I don't have a very informed opinion. Yeah, my opinion on art, oh god, I'm stumbling over my words, apologies. My opinion on art programs is probably not that well informed, because I'm a bit of a novice artist, so unfortunately I can't give you a lot of advice in that respect, but you know, there's a lot of programs out there. I personally just am working in Clip Studio for now, because it's what I bought. You didn't know Clip Studio Paint had functions like this? Honestly, there's so much more that, like, I don't even know about. So, like, Um... There's like a lot of cool tools they have for like auto coloring stuff, not like in an AI way, but just like it was just built into the program. And there's also a lot of free assets. People make like a marketplace where you can like you can download, or you can buy them too, but you can download some stuff for free. Oh, more head pat. Let's refresh the head pat instant. We are refreshing, and it has been done. Yeah, the lasso is pretty nice. The brushes are really cool, but yeah, the double head pat. I could make the double head pat happen, I think. I would have to, let's break some immersion really quick. Can I do, yeah, look, 2 instances. This looks really weird. Let me make this one smaller. It's looking really weird, actually. 2 instances of head pats. Yeah, we're doing it. We'll stick with this for a while. I'm probably gonna take the smaller one off in a little bit. What a riot. What a riot. Yeah, so, how are we doing on time? We'll probably go for like another 30 minutes. POV that in real life and laying in someone's lap. Wow, that'd be pretty crazy actually. The double head, isn't that like a, it's kind of like a massage. I like massages a lot actually. So like love language wise, quality time is like my favorite love language. But I try to like cater to everybody else's love languages if I get the chance to. So like sometimes when I would see a lot of my my friends IRL, sometimes I would like and give them like little shoulder massages when I knew they had like a long day at work, because look, 2 left hands. Okay, yeah, like we're on the hand thing again. I can't make the hand go the other way right now. I don't know how to flip it. I did creep the 2-hour mark. Yeah, I do like to stay around like at least 2 to 3 hours, like my general window period when we're not playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Cause you know, gotta get the food and such. What do I want happening in this frame? Like I've left this one here. I don't think we're gonna summon this card anymore, because this one's already on the field. We're gonna leave this here. We're gonna have another card, like, up here? Or actually, I'd have to review what happens in the anime. Let's just skip number 7 for now. I need to review what happens in the anime to make sure it's accurate. But we can start moving these frames over so that we have more space for the rest of them. So scooch these over a little bit. We can scooch these over a lot actually. Scooch it this way. Drag it this way. We can start doing the in-betweens between 8 to 9. Who am I fighting? I don't know. I haven't decided who I'm dueling yet, to be honest. I kind of want... Bread? Okay. I'll bite. Yeah, I'll bite. We can do that. Can I make you, like, can I make you... Is it okay if I do this thing where, like you're like a piece of toast? And that's, like, your face? And then your face from the front, like, looks like this? Like a piece of toast? Yeah, okay. Bread. Let me remind myself. It has been done. Bread. Bread has cooked. Maybe we can make some edits later on. Maybe that can be like a redeem. It's like, oh, edit me into the sous ship duel. And we can make that like a redeem or something. Or like later on, it's like, oh, do you want to be part of it? Like, drop like a sub or two or something, and I'll edit you. Like, you'll only be in like all of like, how many frames? Let's see, 1, 2. So like maybe between here and here, I'd say all of like 10 frames. Like, that's pretty good. You'll be part of something really crazy looking. And then we can add like an additional frame in like the beginning. It just shows like let me make a new... No, let's not make a new folder. Let's just make a new frame. Am I gonna win? It's not whether or not you win. I want it to just like have the monster be summoned. So let's just make a whole new folder actually. Animation cell. Animation cell 1. Let's drag this over 1 and bring this over here. We can have the bonus frame is like me here on the field. This is my hat and I got hair. You're on the other side of the wharf because we're fighting on a shipyard type wharf area with like containers, you know. Well, yeah. Well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. And then we'll have, you know, like the other person on this side, you know, like whatever details. They're just a person, and we'll have their like monster like here. And if the monster's bigger than that, we'll just like... If the monster's bigger than that, we'll just have to make it smaller, you know? So that it looks more like this, and it's like however big the monster is in the background. We'll leave it like this for now, and then let's hide this layer. And return the timeline to how it was before. But yeah, so we'll keep that there in the back burner as an idea. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be an interesting like long-term redeem. Like, you know, like redeem and channel points. Like, oh, if you watch long enough, I'll add you and your original character into... We're gonna have like 5 million edits of this. Just 5 million edits of this like really quick, like 3-second like duel is just gonna be like, here we go. Bread versus Salie. Viewer versus Salie. Insert your character. I think that'll be really fun. Once we get that far, I don't want to get too ahead of myself though. Let me rein myself back in and let's get on topic. I want to, what do I want to do? I want to, really quick, I want to, cancel this. Breaking some immersion. How do I get rid of everything? There we go. I'm breaking immersion. Just ignore that. That didn't happen. We'll put the head pat back, but the double head pat was... I didn't want to stay there for too long. Anyway, what do you mean, can I even draw with? Did you look what I did to Gonken sous ship? There's a lot of detail on this, okay? There's a lot of detail on this. I can draw detailed stuff. It will just take a hot minute, so whatever the redeem is probably gonna have to be like a crazy amount of points. Otherwise, I'm gonna spend all my time drawing Craziest duel monsters. Anyways, we were skipping number 7 and we were going to number 8 so we can do the in-between. Oh, 3 frames over. We're gonna do 1 plus 2 frames, so let's zoom in on the timeline. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Scooch you over. Well, I mean, we'll get there when we get there, okay? Relatively speaking, I will have to finish doing the entire thing before I even do the extra frame in the beginning with your monster, so... for now, settle for the fact that you are going to be there. We're going to be represented, and we'll get to the other part later. That's where we're at, and that's where we're gonna stick for now. Again, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. We need to stick to the base goal. It's nice. It's always fun to like plan stuff out and have ideas. Like, I love that. But I also want to, like, you know, keep myself within like a reasonable timeline and constraints. Like, finish what I need to finish and we can do the fun stuff after. Because I can always keep adding to it, you know? It's a matter of getting like the part I want finished first, and we can do any additional like refining afterwards. So with the green water. I'm not that great at it, but like, you know. I thought you were there when I said I spent like several hours on Totally Awesome. Remember? Remember Totally Awesome? Remember Totally Awesome? I spent a long time. Hello, Floki. Welcome, welcome. How are we doing today, Floki? Let me give you a rundown on what we're doing. We're doing an animation. And the idea for the animation is going to be me summoning a Suship card. So no, you have small brain. That's okay, Bread. That's okay. That's fine. So if we were doing the main keyframes are the ones here in the blue and the blue and the brown. We were drawing the in-between frames, so it starts out with me with a dual disc. I draw a card, and then I summon the card. Some water comes in, and then the Suship appears. So let me slow it down to, like, have it be a little bit more digestible. So I go to take my turn. I draw. I get my card. I play the card onto the dual disc. Then we're dueling on a wharf. I've decided that there's gonna be a representation of Bread. That's when dueling. Albeit, my opponent's not gonna be in the animation for more than maybe 10 frames. It's probably gonna be like a panning of the wharf we're dueling on. And then at my feet, some water's gonna come in. And then it's gonna flood the whole field. This card was already face down when it got here. And then my opponent's gonna be like, what the heck? Why is there water on the field? Like, it's digital water, but you know, like just like in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I don't know if I'm keeping this portion, but it's like a motion to attack, and then bam, the Suship appears. And it's gonna come in with like waves and splashing water like from the side. It's gonna, you know, come in, and then it's going to sit there, and it's gonna have the little attack point thing, just like it does in the anime. So, we've confirmed today in today's stream that Gonken Suship has never appeared in the official Yu-Gi-Oh anime. So, I've decided that because it does not appear, we will make it appear. I don't know how great it will be when we finish it, but I'm gonna do my best on it. Gonna try to do Gonken Sushi Pony, you know, like some justice. And it's coming together. New pass starts in 40 minutes. Wow, good thing I already got the dual buddy then. Wow, that's gonna be so great. We're gonna be building Friday evening. We're gonna be building penguins. So not Flow and Breeze, but that other penguin deck we run in. That was just like pure penguins. Let me open that. Open recent. Where's my... Oh, celebrate 100 followers. We're gonna have our penguin deck. We're gonna build the penguin deck. I'll probably have it like ready Thursday evening, so we can like finish any tweaking on stream, like maybe 10 minutes of tweaking, reviewing the deck, and then just head straight into rank for a little bit to get the hang of it. Then maybe if we're feeling confident, we'll open up the dual room, but and if I like the deck a lot, I think this penguin, its name is Nope Penguin, like N-O-P-E, like Nope and Penguin. Yeah. You know what? No, it seems really cool, and it has water monsters. Like, you know, we'll just add it to our collection, and we'll have plenty of cool decks. You know, I really like the penguin deck. Like, you know, I like the concept. I like the idea. I think if we like the deck a lot, drawing the penguin would be a funny emote, or maybe I could replace the penguin with like Crab. I only build water decks. I mean, I try to. We technically have the Lurelust deck. The Lurelust deck does not have any water monsters in it, but we don't talk about that deck. It's just a gimmick. I want to stay with the gimmick. You know, that's the idea. So that's what we're doing Friday. We're building the penguin deck, and I hope it's going to be super cool. I did have, like, a Mermail deck. Mermail Shark Mix deck. We do have enough cards, I think, to run Atlanteans, but I think the only other decks, water type, I was thinking of building is we can't do the frog deck anymore because they got rid of Totally Awesome. It would make me too sad to build a frog deck without Totally Awesome. What's it called? On that same note, I know there's like this deep sea / fish decks I could run, and technically one of these days we do, per my own rules, we do have to build that deck with the Sword Soul guy. But I'm gonna see if I can use him in a non-Sword Soul deck in some way, because it's a Royal Finish card, so the rule is we gotta build the deck, the only exception being Eldritch. However, I really don't know how to build a Sword Soul deck, and I really don't want to build one though. It's cards that belong either in the water or are water types, and even with cards that belong in the water, I want to at least add in some water monsters. So like, you know how Suship is fire element, but I added in some of those water type monsters and then threw in Stealth Krogan, so like that's good enough for me for it to be water themed, and then at least run some like water monsters, you know. You love water decks? Lots of stuff in common. I'm getting off topic. I'm getting off task. Not that I'm upset about talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way. I love talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, but I think in these last 10 minutes, I want to do some focusing. We're gonna focus. What were we doing? We're already losing focus. Right. We were doing the in-between. 8. Let's zoom in on here. 3. Let's throw on the onion skin. I feel at this point this should actually come over, so that like the kind of puddling that's happening around my foot here only happens if the water has already risen high enough to get around. Oh, that's why you built Murmills and Lantia. And you know what? It's making sense. It's all making sense. So, so we're gonna draw out the shoe like very rough, because this whole process is rough. And then we'll clean it up afterwards. Then the water, we'll have it come all the way over. I'll have to remember to get rid of this, but I'll remember it in post. Let's move that to the other layer to stay consistent. Stay consistent. No, you can keep talking about it. That's totally fine. I just need to hold myself accountable. I swear, I can talk and draw at the same time. I've been doing it. I can do it. Let's just erase this. And then let's zoom out and then check how that pacing looks. I learned that I can do this thing with the timeline where I drag it to only show the frames that I want to play. So we're going to be doing that. Use the new methods for learning. Yeah, no, of course. Like, it's always fine to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Here. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's... I think it kind of makes sense. I'm gonna need maybe another in-between for it to make a little bit more sense. But I think it's like reading. I think once I actually color it in, it will make sense. So I think we might actually be pretty good where we are. Yeah, I think the coloring will have it read better. I think it just looks a little bit funky because now I don't have the like water line that we drew on this side earlier. But I think I can call this portion done. So we still need to work on 7. We're skipping 7 for now because I need to reconfirm with the anime how it looks like when you summon cards. Let's fast forward to 10. 10? We need some frames leading up to 10. We need frames leading up to 10 so that the water can travel from one side to the other. So we're going to have... Might as well just have that set up. Do I want to start from 9 or 10? I feel like I'm gonna get confused actually, so we're probably gonna have to just... I can do this. Make a new frame, 10A. Start it here, and then every frame we add after that will be, you know, reasonable. So we can throw up the onion skin, and I'm just gonna block out the people. Where are we? Layer. And A. There we go. So, in the foreground, we're gonna have standing here with the arm bent, because that's the arm that's holding the dual disc. The card has been summoned. This card has been face down already. We're gonna have them standing normally, actually, and we'll have them like do the raise the foot thing later, because there's no water coming that way. So there is a little bit more animating to be done than just moving the water, and that's totally fine. Let's have... At this point, the water has actually already passed my feet, so let's have it be here. We can add the shadow for the card. And then we'll have it come over. So let's do two. Two in between. F6. Let's go ahead and get our onion skin up. And then we're cooking. We're cooking, as they say, with the waters. Is that too dramatic of an increase in water? We'll see. If anything, I can just add some more frames in between. That was supposed to be green. So let me go to the next layer. Hello. Helga? Helga? Hello, hello. Thank you for the raid. What were you doing, Telga? How was your stream? Did you have a good stream? Unfortunately, I may be ending it a little bit, but hello, Telga. You are playing some Elden Ring? We are trying to do some animation. I, would go through the whole thing, but, yeah, we'll go through the whole thing really quick. Let me zoom out on the timeline. So, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Hello to everybody coming with Telga, by the way. Well, I want to show it to you too, I guess. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, so I thought it would be really cool if I animated the card deck I play as if I was summoning it, like in the anime. So we draw the card, we play it, some water comes onto the field, and then bam, my monster appears. I play Gonken Suship, so we're gonna have Gonken Suship Super Dreadnought Oni appear. It's really rough because this is just like the keyframes, but I swear it's gonna look really cool when I finish. Right now we did the ones that are in blue and like that brownish color are the main keyframes I worked on last night. And then everything added with the orange and the green, what we added today, they're like the in-between, so stuff that happens in between the two keyframes. And anything we added in post. And you know, in retrospect, this is actually a cute idea. Maybe for each like session I do like on stream and such, it might be really cool to like have each stream session be a separate set of colors every time I do like roughs, so that like, you know, you can see how much progress I made. And then the art program I use lets me what's it called? Put a it lets me do like a time-lapse thing, so it keeps track of all my brush strokes and like everything I've like added and erased. So that's why I'm trying to save a lot as I work on this, because it's gonna be a big file that it's writing and I don't want to lose that progress. But it's gonna, if you miss out on the streams, I'll have a speed paint of it later on. So. Yeah, animation is a heck of a process, but hopefully it will look really cool when we finish it. So they're still standing. They're still standing like neutral, you know, neutral stance. Maybe they'll have their arm up because they're a duelist, who knows. We'll get to that point when we get there. So battle on the card. 2 frames over, no keyframe. The water is going to come this far. But I think it's gonna be real neat when we finish it. I would like to think that it's going to look really cool. And if it doesn't, like, we still made something, you know? Like, I feel like that's more than some people can say, like, what did you do? You know, like, oh, well, I spent some time animating my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster into a little cinematic with myself. What did you do, huh? And they try to tell me that it's a waste of time. I'm just like, well, I mean, you know, they're just a hater. they're just a hater, and they think that wanting to do stuff that people want to do is a waste of time, and I feel like that's not true. I feel like if you enjoy what you're doing, it really shouldn't be like labeled as a waste of time, you know? Like, if you enjoyed what you were doing, did you really waste it? You know? Like, I don't know. I'm not a philosopher or anything, so don't take my word on everything, but I would like to think that, you know, like, why even bother doing something if you don't enjoy it then, you know? Like, well, yeah, of course I know stuff like there's general obligations, like work and such, but it's like, if you are doing something in your free time and you don't even like it, I don't know what to tell you, you know? Where's the water line? Water line here. Between there to there, so have the water come up here. Yeah, it is a long process, but you know, like, it is what it is. When I have them like start raising their foot, because like water, maybe. Water, and then we'll drag this over here. We finally reached this portion. It's going to become here. We can move this over. Let's see how that looks. A little choppy, but the general gist of it is there. General gist of it is there, and then we'll finish it off with a few more frames onto here. And I think time-wise, considering where we are time-wise into the stream, let's finish up the in-betweens for like the rest of 10. And we'll call it there for the stream. I think that would be like a really good, like that's a lot of really good progress. Like, let's zoom out on the timeline, like, just to show you. How do I showcase this better on screen? Let me scroll up. So you see all these little, you see all those little things at the bottom, those colorful stuff? Am I moving myself? So all of those are keyframes, and if I scroll down even further, we started with 15 keyframes over here. On this like back area where it's like the zeros and the ones, I'm mousing over them. So we started with 15 keyframes. And now we're up to... I can't do the counting. Actually, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Technically, we cut those, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So we're up to 29 keyframes. We basically like doubled the amount of frames that we started with at this point. For me, at least, I think that's a decent amount of progress. I think it's kind of crazy to think that we spent like 2.5 hours just drawing like, well, probably not the full 2.5 hours. If we like, let's see, if we subtract the amount of time that I take to get momentarily distracted, probably like give or take 5 or 10 minutes to set up the stream. Let's say like give or take another 15 minutes of just random exposition and me pausing. So probably like almost 2 hours worth of time, like an hour 45 to add another 15 frames. Probably. That's what I think. That's what I think how much time we've spent on it is. But I digress. That's pretty solid. We can finish one more after this to make like a solid 30 frames. 30 unique frames. Solid unique 30 frames. And then F6. And then what we can do after that point is save and the stream. And I might do this thing where like so I had these two colors we've been working on for all of these roughs. Maybe every time in the future when we do roughs during stream, I can have them be different colors for each like time I work on it. So I can see like, okay, in this amount of time, like how much work do we get finished, you know? I think that'd be pretty cool. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're here with Leia. Oh, okay, I know why it's Leia 8. Let's control Z. Let's zoom in. I want it to be Leia 10. We already had Leia 10D there, so Leia 10, Leia 10E. I want to keep it all in the 10s. So I, just for myself, like, know, you know, generally, like, what portion of the animation it's supposed to be part of. So they, like, raise their foot and they're like, okay, it's just, you know, it's just water. Just water, regular. And then at this point, I forgot to add this like water. I can still actually add it right now. There's like a slight like water like effect because I'm standing in the water. So it's like, you know, like when it pools around you and your feet in the water, you know, when you like wade through stuff. So, add that little wading effect. It probably would look better if I made my little, if I made the brush smaller, but we're just gonna add this like really quick. Whoops, did not mean to erase that. Control. Not put that on the best layer, but it is what it is. We'll add that there, and then the water's all the way through already. Goes from here to here. The water's basically like all the way through. So they have the little effect around their feet that they're like standing. There's still the shadow and such. And let's see how that looks. Let's loop that. Let's see how that looks in my loop. Yeah, you know what? That looks like water is coming across the thing. I think it's looking pretty good actually. Water is coming across the way. Yeah, we did a lot of work today actually. I think it's really gonna come together. Like it looks a lot cooler in my brain, of course, than what we're working on right now, but you know, we're doing it. We're really doing the thing. We're actually doing the thing. We'll have, let's zoom out, I guess, on the timeline. We'll have this loop as I look for a new destination. Yeah, we'll have the animation loop as I We'll have the animation loop through as I go attempt to find a new destination. Oh, I guess Charlotte's live right now. We can raid Charlotte. Well, actually, Darnell did gift us some subs. Maybe we should raid Darnell actually. And that love back his way for gifting some subs to the channel. So, it's not like super relevant to what we're working on because it's not somebody else doing art, but you know. You know, that's what we'll do. Before we do that, with the thing playing in the background, let me... Where am I? Let me move myself. Let me move... No, that is not me. I'm not being moved. Let me move myself to the middle of the thing. Thank you everybody for... Hello, hi, Ayana. Funny thing, I was about to actually go raid Donnell in just a second, but I was gonna... Thank you for coming by the way, Ayana. I was gonna go raid Donnell in a second after I do the, like, you know, the sign off, but, yeah, a little bit awkward, but thank you, I appreciate you stopping by either way. Thank you all again for stopping by. It's good to see you all again. It's always good to see my regulars, Rita, Sophie, Bread. It's good to see you. It's also, some people are really becoming my regulars too. It's always nice to have Darnell by, Rob was here, Gio was here too. And also, thank you again Darnell for the subs. Nomu came by. I always appreciate Mino. You're probably looking and that's totally fine, you know. Everybody who looks, no pressure to show up. Ventus was here. We did get a raid from Romani's today. And a raid from Telgor. Thank you for dropping by the way, Telgor. Good to see you. Friday is the Big Penguin deck day. We're gonna be... I'll try to build the deck beforehand Thursday night, and then we'll play through the deck on stream. Yeah, of course, no problem. Like, even if you have stuff to do and you're just looking, having me in the background, I appreciate it. Rin came by and potentially led the raid. Not sure, but we'll see. Thank you again for the follow. Saku followed today. Who else followed? It was Saku and Era also followed. All the Say Goodbye clan. Kobe also. Kobe the Kobe the dragon. And pretty sure Raider also followed us. So I think that's everything on the list. There's still some time in the Discord to vote on the emote, so they're gonna be going, yeah, Romani's right, Romani. There's still some time in the Discord to vote on the emotes. Hopefully like Friday morning before I head to work, I can get those uploaded and hopefully like approved in time for the stream. We'll see what happens. If not, 7TV is still going on, you know. 7TV is there, so we'll go ahead and get that together. Thank you all for stopping by and hanging out with me as I go through the animation process. Is very long, tedious, and I'm not very good at it, so I don't think it's very educational. But local lobster, appreciate it. Yeah, take care everyone. Thank you all again for stopping by. Have a nice rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. Take care for the rest of the week. I'll see you all real soon. And go give Darnell some love. For not only gifting us, but also Darnell, like, he's a really cool guy and a really good friend. Like, he's so supportive of everybody. And it's nice to have, like, it's nice to have really good friends. Have some really good friends. I have some really great stay friends, too. Okay. You're all in my thoughts, $1.